Hi, my name's Tony Burke, and I'm at the Horror on Sea Film Festival in Southend. And I am. We've just screened our film Protein to an appreciative, horror-friendly audience. Protein is a strange one, really, because we didn't set out to make an out-and-out horror film. We came up with a dramatic narrative, which happened to have horror elements. And it's brought us to Horror on Sea, which is fortuitous because it is my hometown. It's where I was born and brought up, went to school. I've lived in London for the last 20 years. And it's, as I said, it's almost kind of fortuitous and a bit of providence, really, that we've been given this opportunity to screen it in front of my home crowd, I guess. And it is my home festival. The film itself is about a guy who can't afford protein supplements and wants to lift heavy weights. So because he can't afford protein supplements, he decides to kill and eat a man in his gym who can afford the protein supplements. That's a very, very simple premise. Dig a little bit deeper, and the film is kind of about taking everything that's bad in the world, in this case the character Dwayne, who's a racist, homophobic bully who serially cheats on his girlfriend, taking everything that's bad with society, packaging it up into one man and eating it, destroying it, and using that to nourish another ambition, which might not necessarily be everyone's ambition, but it's one man's ambition. And so I think, weirdly, we've created a hero who's doing something bad, but I think we root for him in that respect, against the backdrop of a very, very bad man. And it's also a little political commentary on how we treat our veterans coming out of the army, how people suffer tremendous mental illness, can't cope with life outside the army. The government doesn't provide a tremendous amount of aftercare once these very, very brave men have fought, and some of them make bad choices. Not everyone goes to a gym and eats someone, but sometimes it can be a lot worse than that. People kill themselves, they sink into alcohol and drug addiction, and I think really that's a message to everyone that we need to look after our own a little bit better.
Hi, my name's Craig Russell. I've worked with Tony on his previous short. Totally different fare to Protein, and I feel incredibly blessed to be working with him again on this. Of all the things I've done over 20 years or so of acting, this is without doubt the film I am most proud of. Tony's from Southend, and he's a talented guy, an incredible bloke, and the fact that we're here screening Protein for the first time at a film festival in his hometown in Southend, it's just brilliant. We're very lucky.
Film festivals like Horror on Sea are the lifeblood of the independent filmmaker. It's all about finding your audience and being given that opportunity. There's a lot of film festivals in London, and there's a lot of film festivals around the world that might not take your film for various reasons. And I think there's a lot of snobbery and a lot of politics that go on, and I think film festivals like Horror on Sea are good, honest film festivals which, just let films in based on their merit, how good they are and how appropriate they are to an audience. And I think that's a really, really important thing because, as I just said, you make films to be watched and enjoyed, and to challenge people, and tonight has given us that opportunity to present something which took a lot of time, love and effort from me, Craig, the whole team, and put it in front of an audience and gauge their response. That's why we do it. So we directors, writers, actors, they can't exist without film festivals like this. It's as simple as that.